6 in the morning. It is 14 away from the top of the hour. It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160. She is Kathy Abbey Baker, the Children's Advisory Commission of Indiana County, which does such great work for so many. And, you just had like the event of the year for you guys, didn't you? And I know that everybody enjoyed that.
It's one of the two events we do. It was the Family Nature Palooza out of Spruce Park at the beginning of June 4th. And our request for perfect weather was honored. Thank you very much. I mean, it was a perfect day weather-wise. It was a perfect day just event-wise, and happiness factor was way up there.
Oh, yeah.
We had over 600 people come out to the park. The families seemed to enjoy it quite a bit. And the kids were all over, the smiles and the people that helped do the activities. I want to put a shout out, thank you very much to everybody who helped, volunteered or had a table with activities, and especially to the families that came out and enjoyed the park. Spruce Park is one of the most beautiful parks in the county.
Yeah.
Ed Patterson, Kathy Van Horn out there do an excellent job. The maintenance crews out there, the paths, the trails, everything's just perfect. Yeah. And the day was great. And the mosquitoes were not present, as far as I know, but the tarantula and the scorpion was. Yeah, we had Ryan the Bugman was out there, and I think he was probably one of the most popular things we've ever had. And he taught, he's an etymologist, and he talked about, it was an educational thing for the kids, of course, to give them information about bugs and insects. And he had some that you could hold in your hand, and one of them was a tarantula. It was I can't remember, I think it was Debbie. He names all of his insects. And
did you?
Did I? I did not, but I took pictures of people who were.
Oh, yeah. And
then the coolest thing was this scorpion that you could also hold in your hand, and we put a black light on it and it turned blue.
Oh.
So it was just, it was nice. And again, a really, really nice event. I hope everybody, it was our 10th year, so I hope on our 11th year we are blessed again with great weather and a great crowd and people coming out and having fun.
Already thinking about it. Our conversation with Kathy brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Family Nature Palooza is, you're right, I know Lisa loves the event as
she
well.
Does.
Lisa Spencer.
Absolutely. It's her favorite event.
Yeah. And no, why not? I mean, it really is the perfect setting. But the important thing is that these are families that are getting together and doing family activities. I know that's the big goal. And hopefully people will understand and realize that, Spruce Park is there every day.
It is there every day. There are people that saying, oh, we didn't know there was a playground. There's a beautiful playground out there. There's picnic pavilions. You can just go out and take a walk, and some of the trails are challenging. Some of them are pretty. The Getty Trail, it's super easy for even for little kids to walk on. Might see some deer, might see a turkey.
Yeah, little family togetherness is what it's all about. And so Family Nature Palooza is in the books.
In the books, yes.
Yeah. What is next for the Children's Advisory Commission?
Well, we're down to doing 2 events a year, so it's kind of a big deal. We are going to be celebrating the 20th Annual Family Fun Fest on March 26th, 2023. So, yeah, that's 20 years.
You've got a little time to plan that one.
We do, but we have a lot of ideas in the works for that.
Yeah. Now, the Children's Advisory Commission is a part of Indiana County's Human Services Department, which is involved in a number of different venues and a number of different activities. And I know that you keep your eye on that stuff as well. Things like the Speaks Up survey.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, one of the reasons that we have Family Nature Palooza and Family Fun Fest is that since 2002, we, being the Indiana County Department of Human Services and Indiana County United Way, Children's Advisory Commission, IRMC, a lot of different groups have done surveys over the years. Every 5 years, we do a comprehensive Speaks Up survey to get the ideas and opinions from the residents of Indiana County. And consistently, one of the things that seems to be on people's minds and a priority is to provide free or low-cost recreational activities for families. So that is one of the reasons we continue to find ways to conduct these events.
So something like Family Nature Palooza comes out of not just a perceived need, but a verified need from something like the Speaks Up survey.
Yes, absolutely. It's been, well, I mean, it's not the highest priority that has been acknowledged by people probably consistently. Again, it's the reduction of drug and alcohol use among adults and among youth.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that continues to be an issue, and it continues to get the high priority rankings for programs that address that.
Yeah. Speaks Up survey, is it complete now?
No, actually, if you go to www.32speaksup.com, you can go to complete this. There's a link to complete this survey. 32 is because Indiana County is number 32, right? You know, the number assigned by the state to Indiana County is 32.
We're Pennsylvania County number 32.
Yes. I don't know if maybe it's alphabetical order. I've never really looked at that. Probably. So
not the easiest thing to remember, so we'll repeat it. 32speaksup.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Just go there. You could take the survey. And it's important to take the survey, I think, because, again, a lot of time, like you had said before, it's not just a perceived need, it's a verified need. So when people tell us what they want, then we can relay this information to the agencies that provide the different services, to the county commissioners, to the school districts, to everybody who needs to know what people think.
Yeah.
Now, we cannot guarantee that they're going to resolve all the issues, but they will hear about them.
Yeah.
So.
And well, what stands out to me about that is there might be something that is at the top of the list and everybody knows this needs to be addressed, and the county can do what it can do within that context, and maybe another agency from the state can help out with that as well. But maybe down that list a little bit is something that somebody within the county says, my agency can do that, and it's not going to cost a lot of money. It's just something that I can do, and we're going to get on that. And so it's down the list a little bit, but it's something that can be addressed and can meet a need.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And beyond that, just even with the high price, when people in these different agencies write grants for funding, a lot of times there is a requirement to provide a verified reason why you think this is a need. And when we can have statistically significant survey results, there you go. We have the validation that is needed to supply the grant criteria.
That sort of documentation is pretty important.
Yes.
And you never know. There might be monies out there through grants that really do address a specific need that, okay, it might be down the list a little bit, but here's some money that's available for it. Let's meet it.
Right.
Let's get after
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So when we think about the Speaks Up survey and the various issues that are addressed, do we have the opportunity, or you as an agency have the opportunity to see sort of partial results as they're coming in and say, oh, these are some of the results coming in right now. We don't know that that's going to be the final result, but here's something we can look at now.
Yes, we can go in and look at what has occurred so far. So far, we've had 1,687 people have completed the survey, which is a nice number. We'd like to double that, of course. One of the things that I did look at was the perception of how education on emergency services is perceived. And right now, it's not the highest priority, but it's kind of in the middle. So if people think that you need to know more about what you do when there's a flood, what you do when there's a tornado, then maybe you need to get on the Indiana County Speaks Up survey and say, I think this is more of a priority. Or maybe you don't think it's a priority. Maybe you think something else is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's all kinds of questions. I mean, ask about the quality of life, like how do you perceive Indiana as a place to raise children, or what do you think of the employment opportunities? But the meat of the survey is asking people what they think about the services that are being provided and what they think in the next 5 years should be a priority for the services. And the services, things such as providing shelter and housing and transportation, utilities, healthcare, childcare. We have a significant number of people who have answered the survey right now that are raising children of a friend or a relative. And we need to know these kind of things because it helps plan the services.
Yeah.
And we want to know what people want.
The traditional roles have shifted in probably the last 10 years, maybe
Yes.
more than any other. And,
Yeah.
and a lot of that, frankly, has to do with the amount of drug use and people who have either lost their lives or lost their capabilities of caring for their children.
Yes, it all ties together.
Grandparents end up being the parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that's a situation that affects you, that you think that you would need some help with, the survey is just for you.
Yep.
30,
Absolutely.
32speaksup.com, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right.
Or they can call 724-463-8200, extension 3, 4, or 8. If you would like a hard copy mailed to you, we can do that as well.
All right.
Because some people don't do computers, and that's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, I understand that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to not do computers sometimes.
Well, speaking of needs, that's a need that we have is broadband internet here in Indiana.
Well, I will tell you, there are multiple places on the survey where people can write in comments. And as a matter of fact, the very last comment or the very last question is an open comment. Whatever you want to say, the commissioners will read it, the judges will read it, the school superintendents will read it. So let your voice be heard.
There you go. There you go. Exactly. 32speaksup.com. All right, Kathy, anything else we need to cover this morning?
Just put in a request to the powers that be for great weather for the next Family Nature Palooza.
All right, let's pray for the third Sunday in June of 2023.
First Sunday.
First, I was just taking a guess.
First Saturday. We got it.
I was surprised I even got in the neighborhood. I had the right month. Thanks, Kathy. We appreciate it. She's Kathy Abbey Baker. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.